All right. Sorry, guys. I should have started recording a lot earlier, but this is a little bit of a pain in the ass, so I figured I'd try to make a video. If you don't have handlebar jacks or a way to hold your bike up, just find something that is thick enough to actually support it without hitting your thumb throttle on the ground and hitting your LCD display on the ground. So this is about, like, I don't know, 3 inches. They're just some GoPro camera boxes. Anyway, so once you do that, you flip it over. There's gonna be 2 4mm bolts on each side with a sleeve joining them. So be careful, because when you pull the bolts out, the sleeve might fall out and you might lose it. Let me actually show you what that looks like. So this guy right here, you see one of the bolts is into the sleeve, and then the other guy, they basically join up on each side of the bike like that. So you need 2 4mm Allen keys. So once you flip it over, you want to unbolt the shock right here on both sides, and then you're going to also want to unbolt it from down here on the frame that's attached to the motor. And then this thing is you're gonna have to pull it up. It's like on a hinge right here, so you see it moves up like that. So you're gonna want to pull it up and then support it on something. I got this stool with some weight there. Once you do that, you can pull this off. It's pretty easy. So yeah, when you pull this off, typically this, I forgot what it's called, spanner nut or something like that, is a little bit lower, and you can't really unscrew that with your hand. So what you do is you twist on the spring, and it loosens the tension. Then you can move the spanner all the way up, and then this guy right here is going to be attached inside there in between the spring and this piece. And so what you're gonna have to do is try to like wiggle it out, but eventually it'll pop out, and then you just pull it out because it has an open side. So you pull it out and the spring comes out really easily, and then you put on your Rock Shocks 300 pounder. Make sure when you put this, I don't know what this is, whatever. Make sure when you put this back, the lip is facing towards the spring. You don't want it facing this way. That's incorrect. So you're gonna have to put it in like this. You're gonna have to compress this spring. It's gonna be kind of difficult, but once you do, pop that in there. You're gonna want to grab your shock. Make sure that this is facing towards the seat, like this. So you're gonna want to hold it in place, stick the bolt in first. Okay, that goes in a little bit. You have to really push it in there. I'm using a kryptonite lock as a hammer because I don't have a mallet, and this is rubber. So then you get the other bolt, stick it in the other side, hand tighten. Once you get that hand tightened, you get one of your 4mm Allen keys, stick it on the other side, make sure it's locked in, then get your other one and just tighten. Oof, okay, a little bit harder than I anticipated. You laughing at me? Alright, here we go. This is easier. Use your knee, your leg. Alright, two things to look out for here that I messed up on. I put this whole thing on and then had to take it off again. Anyway, so this red dial, make sure it's facing down towards the seat. You don't want to have it facing up like this, because then this this part of the frame will block you and you won't be able to adjust your rebound. So twist it facing down. Second thing you want to do is tighten this before you put everything back together, because then this thing's pretty like jam tight. You can't even tighten it. So you want to make sure you get a little bit of tension on the spring before you put everything back together again. It's a lot easier when there's no weight on it. See, I got some thread showing now, so definitely do that. That should be good enough. There was a little bit of play when I put everything back together before tightening this up. The spring kind of rattled a little bit unless I was sitting on it, and there should always be some tension on the spring. So that's it. No play on the spring. It's tightened. Ah, shit, that hurt. You can tighten it by just twisting to the right, or sorry, counterclockwise. Anyway, let me show you the sag. So I'm 185 pounds. Here we go. Feels a lot more bouncy, a lot more cushiony. Let's see if my tailbone is happier on tomorrow's ride.